So I walked into the first level of this game the other day, and it looked like color vomit. I said to myself, the government told me that these experiments were over. Will Cheech and or Chom report to the front desk? Thank you all so much. I've been Gex, and you all have been wonderful. Have a good evening. So did you understand any of that Gecko said? No, it sounded like a bunch of non sequitur quips that were slapped together for an 8-minute stand-up routine. But then why was the crowd laughing? Pretty sure it was just crowd noise they piped in. The laughs weren't even lined up with the jokes half the time. He was their headliner, and they played fake crowd noise? Honey, didn't you notice how no one else got up at the end of the set? They were all mannequins. So he was just performing for us? Well, we did kind of just walk in. Maybe he wasn't doing it for an audience at all. Michael, that's ridiculous. What kind of degenerate idiot would perform a bunch of inane commentary for an audience of no one? Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You are watching Nub's Collection, a YouTube series dedicated to the cataloging and review of every game on my physical media collection. As always, I am your host, Victory Nub, and today we're taking a look at Gex, Enter the Gecko. We're looking at the Nintendo 64 version of the game, which was developed by Crystal Dynamics, published by Midway, and released in the United States on August 26th of 1998. Gex, Enter the Gecko is the second game in the Gex trilogy, the first game of which debuted on the 3DO and was used as a pack-in title for the console during its lifespan. The Gex series follows the eponymous lead Gex, a media-obsessed, wisecracking anthropomorphic gecko who does battle against the overlord of the media dimension, Rez. Character was originally intended to be a mascot for Crystal Dynamics on the level of a Mario or Sonic, although the oversaturation of similar characters in the late 90s likely led to the end of that distinction. Story and dialogue for Gex were provided by Simpsons writer Robert Cohen and actor-comedian Dana Gould, with Gould also performing the voice work for Gex throughout the series. Unlike the first game in the series, which was a side-scrolling platformer that contained all the familiar trappings of the genre, Enter the Gecko was designed to ape everyone's favorite new design benchmark in the late 90s, Super Mario 64. As such, Enter the Gecko is a 3D platformer in which players must find and collect remotes that unlock new levels in the game's hub world. What helps set Enter the Gecko apart from other 3D collectathons of the time is Gex's witty, media-savvy dialogue that plays throughout the game. At least, media-savvy for the mid-to-late 90s. In total, Gould performed about 700 lines of dialogue for the game, although hundreds of additional lines were reportedly cut to avoid offending sensitive celebrities or incurring the wrath of certain movie studios. All of that sounds great. Unfortunately, we are looking at the N64 version of Enter the Gecko. Thanks to the limited storage space for the Nintendo 64 cart, the game lacks a main menu. All cutscenes were removed, 6 levels were removed, and about 500 of the original 700 lines of dialogue were cut to save space. So without even playing the game, I can confirm that this is the worst of the two console versions. But it's the one that I have, so that's why we're looking at it. I have no sales data for Enter the Gecko, but given that it released at least one more sequel in the trilogy, the third game that we'll eventually look at, it's safe to say that the game sold admirably enough. Critically, Enter the Gecko was praised for the graphics and level design, but panned for the cumbersome camera system, control issues, and humor which was considered divisive even at the time of release. And given that 27 years have passed since that release, it likely hasn't improved with time. I guess we're about to find out. That's all the notes that I had. I have never played Enter the Gecko, or any Gex game for that matter. This is one of the games that I gifted to my mother when I left for college, and I would not be surprised if she never played it. Ultimately, my knowledge of the series is limited to the broader perception from around that time of the game being a pale imitation of Mario 64. I guess we'll see if that's the case. Let's go ahead and get it started. And Oh, yeah, there we go. No main menu. You just get started. That's it. Let's go to options real quick. Audio. Yeah, that's fine. We don't want to turn anything off. No choice to set it on mono or stereo, so I can't do my funny gimmick thing at the beginning here. Control stick to select camera mode. I don't think any of that matters. I don't know what it was originally set on. Yeah, sure, whatever. And controller pack, I think that's... Rumble pack's not supported. Funny, they know what the Rumble pack is, but they didn't actually put functionality for it in the console, or the game, rather. Whatever, it does not matter. Abort, delete? Whatever. All right, well, let's go ahead and get moving. Supposedly, there was a long cutscene that basically explained what happened at the beginning of the game that they ended up cutting, where Gex is revealed to be relaxing after the end of the first game, where he has successfully defeated the bad guy named Rez, and he returns home to his little hideaway in Hawaii, I want to say is where it is, and he just resumes being a couch potato. The government shows up and tells him that Rez has come back, and they need his help to defeat him. Gex refuses and says that he's already done it, and they need to find someone else. They end up kidnapping him and then kind of laying out all the cool toys and gimmicks and gadgets he's going to get to access if he actually helps out, so he agrees. And then this is also where they introduce a character that shows up in this game and the next one, named Agent Extra, I think is her name. And in this game, I think it's just like a crude polygonal model that appears in-game, but in the third game, it's played by a Playboy centerfold. I can't remember what her name is, but yeah, you don't actually see her played by a real-life human being in this game. It was just a polygonal model. Anyway, I think that's all the story you need to get started in this one. Pressing the left or right C buttons, you can swing the camera around, all the way around. No, I can't. It's just making weird noises. Because it's in auto. Oh boy, I hate that. I need to turn that off. It is aggressive. Let's do semi. Yep, there you go.
Welcome
Better.
to the only thing more evil than IRS headquarters.
I didn't catch what he said there. Something about the IRS. Press the R button when a fly is buzzing around so you can eat it. All right. I mean, it does feel very Super Mario 64-esque. You have a jump button. You have a tail whip button, which is kind of like Mario's punching attack. Seems competent enough. What does this one do? Press and hold the top C button and use the control stick to look in all directions. Okay. Oh, there you go. It's not bad.
Good job, baby! Yeah!
Well, there's your Austin Powers reference, and if I'm not mistaken, he does that a lot in this game. You can climb some walls, which I think they mean to tell you that because you can do this. All right. I like that. That's not half bad. Yeah, the camera is bopping all over the damn place while running. Hold down the Z button and press jump to perform a flying karate kick. Okay. Get the camera to face the direction I want. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, there you go.
We're gonna do 11 in progress, baby.
Oh, God, please. Tell me he doesn't just do Austin Powers the entire game. All right, I think we can't do that because we don't have 3 remotes yet. Smell razor. Okay. Boy, they put a lot of effort into those flames. Look at that. This has got to be the first level, right? Ew! No? No, I don't have 3 remotes. There you go. Get 3 red remotes and visit Gilligan's Isle. I would say that's a dated reference, even 97, but really, Gilligan's Island was still pretty much on TV all the time around then.
Slip of the tongue.
Oh, you can jump in there. All right, whatever. Are these levels that you can go to? Yeah, sure. Jump on the teetering rock. All right, well, there's our target. So why isn't he wearing...
About it.
Okay. Why isn't he wearing a suit here? Aha, I'm picking up carrots. Geckos eat carrots? Keep off the grass, man. These good or bad flowers? Oh, they're dead flowers is what they are. Or not. In the camera.
Shocker, bro.
Okay. Wait! Yeah, I don't get this. Of all the collectibles they decided to give a gecko who probably wouldn't eat a carrot or even know what to do with it if you gave it to him, they made carrots the collectible item. Oh, nope, didn't land that. Oh, yeah! I went through it! Nope, come on, stop bouncing off. Is there like a bounce I can do? No? Alright, whatever. And he does not grab ledges. That's not great. Whee!
Pardon my tongue, darling.
Hey. I don't even know if this is what I'm supposed to be picking up. Is it? Or is this just going to give me, like, an extra life or something? Yeah, the camera kind of sucks here. I don't love it. It's at best serviceable, and that's probably being generous! Son of a bitch. Got carrots, giant carrots. Why is water exploding from the ground?
Look, this is one of the gift shop in the bathroom.
Okay. He wants a gift shop? I don't get that. What is that supposed to mean? You son of a bitch. I gotta jump on this, right? No, hit it. Alright, so you get an extra life after 30? 30 carrots? Alright. Pretty generous. I think I have to get up there. I see a remote. I hit the TV. What does that do for me? Gives me a bee. Oh, no, that's a fly. Which I did eat. All right, good. Is there a fast run? No, because he just crouches if you hold that down. Ah! Nope, didn't make it. No! Ah! Why are bumblebees so aggressive in this game? Hey, I got 3 S cans. And the S stands for
Oh no, I'm too young to have a second childhood.
What?
Pardon my tongue, darling.
What? I don't understand what's going on here. I'm dead. Why were there 50-ton weights or whatever they were supposed to weigh dropping on top of me there? So, a little water there. Destiny changed nowhere confusion. All right. Hard head area. Oh, can't argue with that logic. I have no idea what these are. Can you grab that? Thank you. What these are supposed to be giving me if I collect a lot of them. The cans of what I'm sure is supposed to be spinach.
Report to the front desk.
Oh man, what a hilarious joke. Something about Cheech and Chong? I'm not picking up marijuana, am I? Is that what that is? Get the hell out of here. I know what you're gonna do. So I was picking up carrots before, and now it's nothing but spinach cans? Can I eat the plant? No, I can't. Alright, eat it. Eat it. There you go. Eat it, you hungry bastard.
Hey, I feel like I'm trapped in Boy George's pants.
That's homophobic. Oh. What is this? Nothing? Alright. Am I about to get another extra life? No? Alright, get away, get away. Ooh. Wabbit season. Oh, I get it. It's a Looney Tunes reference. Yeah, I'll go in. Whatever.
Oh no, I'm too
Whoa.
young to have a second childhood. Just getting
What
my
is it?
kick started.
Here's what I think happened. They took all the very, like, specific to the scenario lines out of the game, and they left all the ones that were very generic and could be applied anywhere in. And that's why I'm hearing a lot of stuff that just seems like non sequiturs to absolutely nothing. I do see Elmer Fudd's whatever he's supposed to be stand-in in this game. I hope the goal isn't to grab all the items, because I'm definitely not going to! Get out of here. Yeah, look at that.
Would Cheech and or Chong report to the front desk?
What do I get if I step on this? Nothing. I get nothing. Alright, those are not pickups. Whatever. Alright, so once you get the extra life, I guess all the pickups change to the new item that you're picking up? And that may not even be the standard progression of the items. It almost seems like every level you go to, it's going to change depending on whatever the gimmick is for that area. So in this case, it started because, obviously, it's supposed to be like a Bugs Bunny type game. They're gonna... Ow. Oh, get this. There we go. They're gonna be items related to a Bugs Bunny cartoon of some kind. So it started as carrots, then it became spinach, although he never eats spinach. Maybe that's just a Popeye reference. The TNT would be like a Looney Tunes standard if it's made by Acme. Yep. Oh. Uh-oh. I'm glad he does have some ledge grabbing ability to him.
Sure, baby, yeah!
Do I just have to keep hitting him, or is he not gonna... Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Alright, so you beat up 2 of them and it unlocks a TV. Oh, okay, so I can get a remote from doing that. Alright. Let's go get the remote. Can I jump on these? No. Can I jump on this? Can I jump on anything? Oh boy. The audio is so delayed in this. I'm gonna have an awful time trying to clean this up. I mean, that's like a full 1.5, maybe 2-second delay between when the audio plays and when it actually happens on the screen. Ow. Where was the TV? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh. Oh, God, the camera.
Licking my way to the top.
Alright, I got a remote. Are they going to kick me out of the level again? They did. That sucks. Password, I don't care. I'm not coming back to this. Well, I see they took the worst aspect of Super Mario 64 and ran with it. Jump to teetering. Oh, okay, so I did that one. I like that they put an X next to the one that you have already finished, so you know what the other one actually is. And this one was climb a mountain to that thing. So let's try to do that.
Forget about it!
So your power-ups don't carry over. Your collectibles, whatever. I don't understand how the jumping mechanic works. Is it supposed to be like a spring where you hold the jump and then it keeps jumping? No? Alright, so that was where we were before.
Chong, report to the front desk.
And that's just life. Let's turn around. Ow! I wasn't even that close, you prick. Oh! Nice. Got it. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a TV here. Nothing. So what is this gonna lead me to? Same area. Nothing new.
Look, I just wanted the gift shop and the bathroom.
Tap it up. Gotta grab that 30th carrot so I can get the extra life. Yoink! Yeah, they do. They all change. Alright. I don't get it, but... I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't really get it.
Slip of the tongue.
Still not funny, dude. I think I gotta go back that way. I want to get on the I-beam. That big I-beam. I think that'll take me to where I'm supposed to go. I got a 1. Oh, is the purple mushroom one of the things that I had to search for? Oh, go, 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 go! I made it.
Slip of the tongue.
Bouncy happy ball. Now, I do like that idea because that is something that they did in Mario 64, where if there was a puzzle that you could finish without actually... That was an extra life bug? Cool. If you started working on a puzzle that you didn't necessarily intend to work on, they still allow you to finish it and get the collectible if you do all of the necessary steps. Which I think is the right call there, because, you know, if you find all the necessary components of a particular puzzle and complete it, why wouldn't you just be rewarded with the you know, collectible or whatever it is that you're going to get for doing it? Just makes sense, you know?
Pardon my tongue, darling.
Yeah, I think this dialogue is pretty bad, but I think part of that is because they cut so much of it out.
There's plenty more where this came from.
I don't know what that guy is supposed to be doing. Alright, so there are 2 more of those mushrooms somewhere in the level. I just need to figure out where. Alright, camera. Flaking. Oh, okay. Can I get up on that? How do I get further up in this level? I can see something up there. This has got to be the way. I just don't know how to get up.
Chong, report to the front desk.
Oh god, this is not funny. Alright, go this way. Come on, get up on the thing! Oh, we could just do this as well, I guess. Nope, didn't make it. Turn. Oh, there's a 4th. Alright, go over there. Grab that. Wish there was more abundant health in this game, but... Alright.
Hey, I feel like I'm trapped in
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Alright. So we'll go this way. Over here. There's a path this way. Okay. Heh. He does actually ice skate. Halfway decent reflections on the ice there. Not great, but, you know, serviceable. I want to look this way. Thank you. No, keep looking that way. There's a remote there.
Would
Go,
Cheech
go, 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 go,
and
go.
or Chom
Yep.
report to the front
Stop.
desk?
And grab. Got a silver remote. So I think these unlock secret levels, if I'm not mistaken. But the camera really does not want to cooperate. That was it. I can't go any further that way. There's something up there. How do I get to it? There's surfaces he can climb, but I don't know if I've seen any of them, have I?
Hey, I feel like I'm trapped in Boy George's pants.
Don't see anything I can climb. And I have to go up there, I think. Because I thought I saw something up there. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Go back down.
Look, I just wanted the gift shop and the bathroom.
Is there one that we can get just by picking up collectibles? There is, isn't there? Oh! Whoa! At the very least, we'll have plenty of extra lives. There's another one. Now I gotta pick up, what, 50 of the things? So it's 120 collectible items in each level.
Childhood.
Is there a way of, like, climbing that mouth there? Can I climb in your mouth, sir? I don't get you. I don't get you. Can I lick your tongue? I mean, maybe I do have to go into that other TV.
Experiments were over.
Already got that. Let's grab this real quick. Ah! I'm dead. Damn. So do I lose all my collectibles if I die there? I don't. Alright, good. Good. Can I see how many remotes I picked up? Probably not. Oh, wait, right here. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Game totals. And then that's the totals for the area. Is there something I can get to by running backwards? Like this way? Wait a minute, wait. There's a fifth mushroom there! Or maybe they reset them. They did. Damn.
Hey, I feel like I'm trapped in Boy George's pants.
Still not funny, dude. Still not funny. I want to get out of here just so I can stop hearing that joke. Ugh. Aha!
Well, that's what I call getting some tail.
Okay. I think even if I could get up there, there's nothing there. So it does seem like it's dependent on you hitting the jump as soon as you land if you want to get extra height on your jump. Yeah, let's go this way. Nothing else. We'll probably find what'll end up being the 5th mushroom in here. I don't know if you can leave once you go in, though. That's the other problem. Oh, yeah, you can. You just go right back in.
Oh no, I'm
Whoa.
too young to have a second childhood.
Alright, so... Oh. What's this? Oh, extra life. Extra life! Nice. Alright, camera, I get it. You don't want me to do that. Fine.
The government told me these experiments were over.
Got it. Get but hiding from me. Hungry little bastard. So this should be another remote once I pick up the 50th one. Yep, there it is, silver. I don't know if I'm going to find another... I don't think there's any extra lives to be gotten from picking these up, but maybe there are.
Would Cheech and or Chong report to the front desk?
Shorted that jump big time. Anything down below? Don't see nothing. Oop. Ah.
Slip of the tongue.
Leave me alone, damn it! What's up here? Another hole! Whee! Alright, cool, yeah, it does take you somewhere else. I think. Oh, don't go back in. Alright, so now we have a chance. Well, maybe it did. I don't know. This kind of looks familiar. Kind of.
Look, I just wanted the gift shop and the bathroom.
Oh. Alright, I was trying to see if there was something else you could do with the controls there, but apparently not. Is it a purple TV? No, it's a checkpoint TV. Alright. Whoa. There's another one of these things. Yeah, look, there is something over there. I knew it. But you have to do it from there. What are you? Just answer me! You cannot just be Goofy Hungry Face. That's not a thing. Video games don't have Goofy Hungry Face.
Oh no, I'm too young to have a second childhood.
Alright, so important to note, can't stomp enemies to death. Apparently.
Let's get it on!
Why did the music suddenly get all jazzy? Whee! And then it stopped just as quick. What about that area demanded jazzy music? Go. Go. Alright, this zone is for cool strut.
Would Cheech and or Chong report to the front desk?
I don't want to do that. Oh, he's blocking me. Not anymore, he isn't. Son of a bitch. Nope, can't climb that.
Just get my kickstart.
Anything over there? we're in the right spot. So this is where you gotta climb to get to the remote. Okay, I get it, game. The camera does not want to turn that way. You don't have to keep making silly noises. What you do need to do is stop freaking the hell out and focus. There we go. Oh, God, the camera is awful.
Look, I just wanted the gift shop and the bathroom.
Alright. There we go. Don't fall.
Forget about it.
Damn it! Go. And go. Made it. I don't know if 2 red remotes and 2 silver remotes is going to be enough to get me entrance to another area. I would like to see it. Oh, another area before we leave the game for the day. I didn't do anything. The game made the noise for stop trying to do things after I just started walking. Like,
Oh, no, I'm too young to have a second childhood.
oh, damn. Thought I had it! Ah, damn. I swear to God, it makes that noise for no reason. You try to walk under something that the camera doesn't like, it does the hoo-hoo sound. Go. There isn't a run faster button in this game. Go, 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 go. Go! Ah, damn. I might have to save scum up there to get it.
Would Cheech and or Chong report to the front desk?
Oh, God, it should be something where, like, if you've heard that dialogue line within the last 10 minutes, it doesn't play it again. I don't think that joke was funny the first time I heard it. I've heard it, like, 10 times now. It's just not landing. It's also not in reference to anything specific, so it doesn't work. He's had no problem grabbing ledges in the past, but this one time he was like, "No, I'm just gonna headbutt the wall and fall backwards like a doofus."
Hey, I feel like I'm trapped in Boy George's pants.
Not funny, dude. Just not funny. It's not working. I'm sure they're gonna come up with some sweet trans zingers in a couple of minutes here. Oh, let's do a quick save. And save state. Create. Don't care about the internal save data. Jump! Go, 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 go! Hup! I made it. And then the camera whipped wildly in another direction. Alright, go, 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 go! Hup! Made it! I got it.
Licking my way to the top.
Whew. Let's get rid of the rumble pack since it's not doing anything. Alright, there you go. So the third one was that 5 purple mushrooms, and I only ever found 4 of them. Whatever, just keep going. I think I have a controller pack somewhere, but I have no idea if it still works. Alright, so it is whack 5 purple mushrooms is all that's left. Let's do it. Yeah, I got it. Thanks, game.
Forget about it.
I'm colorblind, but I'm not that colorblind. There's one of them. By the way, and it's something that I never think about when I'm playing games where they have options available for this. None of the options that they ever offer for colorblind individuals has made the game experience better for me, ever. It's weird because I have what's called red-green color blindness, and it's not that I can't see the colors red or I can't see the colors green. In fact, I see it just fine. I just whip my tail against a very red mushroom, and I'm standing on very green grass next to very green trees. It's just a very specific shade of green that I can't see. So every time I see a game that has, like, deuterotropia or neurotropia or prototropia options for people who only see certain shades. I just kind of look at them and go, these all make the game look actively worse. I can't use these. So it must be something where you have to be extremely colorblind to benefit from those things, and I just, that's not me. Alright, I know there's one in that area with the goofy smiley face character. So we have to get up there. I don't need to do this to get up there. I'll do it. And there isn't one there anyway. I'll get the extra life at least. Wish the game didn't stop every time you've got one of those extra lives, but it does. Alright, let's try this!
Cheech and or
Nice.
Chong, report to the front desk.
Good dodge. Hup! Made it. Extra life over there.
Eat this.
Eat the bug. There we go. Great. Go this way. Wait! I see 4 up above. So where's number 5? I see 5. Number 4. And the... oh, crap. Oh, come on. Oh, crap. There's a piranha in here.
Would Cheech and or Chong report to the front desk?
Damn it. How did I do it before? Now I can't do it at all. That's gotta be the TV right there that rewards you for the 5. Wait!
Pardon my
Oop.
tongue, darling.
And number 5. There it is. Alright. So we'll get a little bit of a look at the next area, but we're not going to get too far in because you had to have 3 remotes to see the next TV. And it may be that you can see 2 different levels, if that's the case.
Pardon my tongue, darling.
There we go. I don't know what it means when the reward is hidden. There's a gold remote for each area as well, isn't there? All right, so we unlocked Gilligeck's Isle. Password, whatever. Let's go to Gilligeck's Isle, which I only saw 1 gold remote, so maybe that's what the gold remote is for, right here. Get up there. All right, well, if this is the only thing you can get here, then we're only after one thing.
A little tongue now, a lot of tail later.
Hit the blue fireballs. Oh, it's a boss fight. That's a good thing to go out on, right? Not this one! Go, got him! I do look like Gilligan. Gotcha. Oh! Okay! Do I have to hit the, oh, I do, don't I? Alright. Ah, damn. Go! Ah! Well, those are tough to dodge. Good thing I have a ton of extra lives to burn. Nope, missed. Oh. Gotcha. Go to this one. Oh! Oh, that's so hard to frickin' time. Oh! Yep, got him. All right. Third one. Moving, 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 moving. Oh! Oh, it's so fast. And now he's moving, you old bastard. Oh, got it. Oh, missed.
Oh, I'll give you such a pinch.
See ya. Fight over. I won. pretty creative, even though I don't like where the flames that sweep the area come from, because when you get on the sides, you don't have time to respond to that. It just happens way too fast. Very cool. I like that. We could try one more area. I don't know what they're going to leave us access to that way. Or if we can go to the TV on the right side of this area next. So there was one this way, wasn't there? Over here? Up here. Yeah, there we go.
Licking my way to the top.
Yeah, sure, we'll try the first one. I mean, again, they let you do any of them if you actually complete the criteria, so I don't see a reason why you have to do it that way.
Beats the Matterhorn, what are you gonna do?
Oh, okay. I don't... What? I don't understand half this crap. I don't think it's even like, oh, well, I'm too young to understand the reference. What does the Matterhorn have to do with anything in this game? Alright, made it to the top. Give me my remote. I don't think it's that easy. Alright, so he did say something different there. So, it's limited, but yes, they do have a couple of lines that are specific to the area, I guess. Wait! Alright, camera, calm the hell down. I want that red bug. No idea what red bugs do. We're gonna find out. It lights me on fire? Is that a good thing, or...?
It beats the Matterhorn, what are you gonna do?
Again, don't get the joke. Yes, I know. I like this. Thank you. Oh, got an extra life. Still going up? Oh, the ground's like on fire behind me. So if enemies are following me, I guess I... Oh! When I whip my tail, the ground gets on fire. Alright. Don't know how that's really going to help against enemies. I would assume you don't want them to chase you. Oh, and I botched that. Oh, ah, damn. Alright, do not wait.
Reminds me of Halloween at Rip Taylor's.
What is this? I don't feel like you put that there for just flavor. That feels like it's something that... Ah, bingo. Oh, so that's the thing you gotta smash to get the hidden remote. There are 5 of those. Step into the light.
Don't take career advice from Joe Piscopo.
Hot Joe Piscopo slam? The irony, of course, is you could literally replace that now, like in today's terminology, with don't take career advice from Dana Gould. Oh, I'm so close to touching the light! Is that... Or am I supposed to not... I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. It doesn't matter. Keep moving. Oh, God, that's what. They chase after you.
Slip of the tongue.
Worried about picking those up. I really just want to get some health, which I'm not picking it up. There you go, dummy. Go up. Goal is to go up. Oh. I don't need to touch that. Go over here. There's swim mechanics in it. Alright, that is pretty funny. It's overflowing toilets that are flooding the room. You got me, game. That's a good one. That's actually a pretty good one.
Advice from Joe Piscopo.
Toilet humor still works. Okay. Well. Get the extra life! Nope, nope, nope. Can't touch me. That's the thing from Abyss. The water thing that the aliens were trying to communicate with, and boy, did they pick the creepiest thing of all time to use.
Gecko, bro.
Alright, so they are recycling some stuff in these areas. Okay. Go, and go! Made it. Okay. There's just a dude chasing after me with knives. Nope, I'm in the light. Green light. Can't touch me. Oop! Made it. This is a fairly lengthy level. I'm a little surprised by that. I didn't think they were going to make it quite the trek that it turned out to be. Alright, we got one.
Welcome to Under This Old House.
We got one! I made it. Alright, I think that's probably a pretty good spot to stop. We don't need a password, that's fine. I want to save, I could just save in the console here. Alright, not as bad as I was expecting. I do think there are some problems with it, and we're certainly going to go into some of those problems in the final wrap here. All right, let's go ahead and do the review phase. We'll do a round of the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is that graphically, the game looks fairly good. Not great, but not awful. The levels that we saw were colorful and detailed enough for what they were going for that there was no confusion about the aesthetic. The first level was very much a Looney Tunes style area, so it was very bright and colorful, and they had plenty of signs and gimmicks and gags that made it seem like you're in a Looney Tunes cartoon. Now, they did some stuff that was a little off the wall, like bouncy happy balls and that weird mouth rock thing that didn't seem to respond to anything I was doing, but I still got the whole theme of that particular area. And then the smell raiser level was obviously supposed to be like a haunted house. And then we went to the tropical location that was supposed to be kind of like Gilligan's Island. But yeah, aesthetically, they got what they were going for, and it was very clear without having any muddiness or confusion over what they were trying to go for gimmick-wise. The frame rate is very consistent and did not drop when there were too many assets on screen. The N64 was notorious for aggressive frame rate drops when too much was happening. An easy comp would be Shadows of the Empire, which came out maybe 2 years before this. That game has some absolute butt frame rate. I mean, it drops down to like 15 to 12 frames per second in some spots. And this game, pretty consistent. I don't know if it was much lower than 30 in most instances. It might have dropped maybe a hair down to 24 in some spots, but it was very unnoticeable. It was very consistent. The gameplay is your standard meat and potatoes 3D platformer, and it plays about as well as any other competent platformer of the time, which kind of sounds like a backhanded compliment, but I don't mean it to be. The controls were simple enough to pick up that you could get playing very quickly. You have a jump, a melee tail whip attack, and a jump kick. That's all you need to worry about. There's also some limited camera controls and a first-person view, but we'll get into the problems with that in a minute. I do think the variety of objectives in each area is a strong point. They're not jam-packed with missions, but there's more to do than just hunt down the floating item hidden in each area, which, unfortunately, you know, some platformers thought that was a fun gameplay mechanic. Go find the floating thing hidden. We just looked at Banjo and Kazooie a couple weeks ago. There were plenty of levels where that's literally all you were doing was go find the floating jiggy piece somewhere in the level, which isn't necessarily fun. I always appreciate when you can complete missions that you didn't select from the entrance of a world, which you can do in this game. If I picked up the mission for defeating the Elmer Fudd ripoffs and found all 5 of the purple mushrooms first, I could complete the mushroom objective instead and get that remote. I liked that some remotes did not force you out of the game area after picking them up, specifically the silver ones. Wish the same could be said for the red ones, but we'll talk about that in a minute as well. The boss fight that we saw was genuinely fun to tackle. The trick is spelled out right up front, and there's some skill in the shot placement when you're volleying the blue fireballs back to the target. And while I didn't love how quickly the flame walls popped up and swept the screen, they weren't insurmountable. It just took a little bit of practice to get the timing of it. Giving players the option to save to a control pack and a password was a very nice choice. This was around the time that Nintendo was trying to convince developers to use the control pack as an alternative for a battery backup on the cart, which, yes, it saves a little money for the developer, or the publisher specifically, and extends a cart's shelf life in theory. But I have carts for the NES that still have working batteries today. So the battery life argument is kind of bunk. I mean, they do eventually die, but when you have games that came out 40 years ago with batteries that still work, I don't know if that was really a real concern that people had to worry about. I think it was more likely just a marketing ploy by Nintendo to milk a little more cash from their fan base by selling a product they really didn't need, which was that stupid controller pack. As far as the bad, first and foremost, the dialogue is awful. Part of that is on the developers because they cut down so much of the audio to fit onto the cart. And the N64 really suffered on this front to the PS1 because CDs had 10 times the storage space. But the main reason the dialogue sucked is that none of the jokes land. 90% of the time they feel like complete non sequiturs, they don't tie into any of the action on screen, and they repeat way too often. And when they might possibly be related to something that was happening in the current level, they just weren't funny. The Boy George line that they kept playing was just homophobic, and I grew up in the 90s, and even I wonder how that joke passed muster. Like, I feel like around that time, it just wasn't okay to make homophobic jokes like that. There were plenty of Looney Tunes specific zingers that they could have used throughout that area, and they didn't. It seems like it was low effort. They were just like, hey, what's the funny movie or person in the media that we can talk about right now? And frankly, that kind of stuff does not work 30, 40 years down the line. It just doesn't. If the humor was supposed to be the main distinction between Gex and other platformers of the time, it fails to sell the game as something worth playing. It is not good. The camera in this game is also awful. They give players 3 options, and the automatic option is a complete no-go. It whips around way too aggressively when you're trying to turn to be of any value whatsoever. The semi-controlled one was what I used for the recording, and it also has serious flaws. The camera gets caught on environmental assets way too easy, and loudly announces as much with that annoying cuckoo, cuckoo sound that plays whenever it gets caught on something. And when it wants to only show your position from a very specific angle, and the camera's not in position, it'll whip around you so fast that it becomes very disorienting. We saw that in the Looney Tunes area when I was trying to go up the rocky platforms to get to that one remote. I get that the camera system was a huge issue for most developers around this time. There are plenty of things that you can forgive from back then. I don't know if this camera system is one of them. I think they just couldn't figure out how to hide environmental assets that were obstructing the camera, and Mario 64 figured that out. They had plenty of areas where if the camera needed to show something and a wall was going to get in the way, the camera just went through the wall and the wall disappeared. It didn't become intangible and the player couldn't walk through it. It just disappeared so you could see through it. And they didn't do that at all in any of these areas. And I really hated that they used the inflexibility of the camera positioning to hide one of the silver emotes in the first area. That's neither fun nor fair. I had to use first person to even notice that it was out there, and when I turned it back off and just, let the camera sit where it was going to sit as part of, I don't know, whatever positioning idea they had for that particular spot, and there was nothing impeding it, because you're at the top of the level, they made sure that it was you're just a shot in the dark trying to leap onto that platform. I hated that. It wasn't fun. It was not a good idea. I have never liked when 3D platformers force players back to the hub world after completing a mission, and Gex does exactly that. It honestly feels like lazy design. The developers either couldn't or didn't want to figure out how to make the rest of the level wrap in on itself so that players could complete multiple missions easily. So they just boot you back to the hub world after each mission was finished. That creates an impediment to the fun. Oh, you were 80% done with one of those hit the 5 special object missions like the mushrooms, but you picked up another red remote first. Too bad. Start all over. That's bad design. It's not acceptable. Find another way to keep the player in the level so they can finish those missions quickly. As far as the ugly, the game could have been more generous with the health pickups, the flies that you could lick and get some of your health back in the game world, but the trade-off was that the game is very generous with extra lives. You could find TVs all over the place that had the purple extra life flies in them. And they made what was actually a very generous conceit of the collectible coin stand-in items, the carrots or the tombstones or whatever, giving you extra lives on a ramping scale. So the first 30 of those that you find, you get an extra life. And then you get an extra life for 40. And then you get an extra life for 50. And they're easy to find. They put the collectibles everywhere in that regard. So the lack of a health recovery item is kind of a wash, because I finished with, 14, 15 extra lives? I was not hurting for any backup life. The fact that there's no setup for the game plot is just weird and lazy. I get that cuts had to be made to fit all the game onto an N64 card, but they didn't even give players a concessionary wall of text at the intro to explain what's happening. If your story is that unimportant that you can cut the entire plot setup that plays in all other versions of the game has bigger problems than a missing intro video. It didn't have a good plot. It didn't really have a plot at all. It was just tie weird level gimmicks together that are all somehow TV or movie related. It was lazy. Just lazy work there. There is a little bit of environmental fogging. You can see it on the screen here. But it's so far out on the edge of the screen, the periphery, that it's not distracting and it doesn't obscure mission critical elements from what I can tell. The music mix was way too loud in this game. When we went into the areas in the first level, the Looney Tunes level, where we walked on the platform that was on the weird bent girders, and then after we got off that, we went all the way down to the desert area, the music piped up and it was so loud that I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear myself. I couldn't hear the dialogue coming from Gex. I could barely hear sound effects. They just mixed it way too loud. The upside is that you can turn it down in the options or completely off, as well as the obnoxious dialogue, but the default is distractingly loud. They just set it to 100. And if your crummy half-effort MIDI track dominates all audio in an area, you mixed it wrong. That was a simple fix, and they just didn't think to look into it. All right, let's go ahead and give our game a score. We do our score in Randars, 1 to 10. This is a serviceable 3D platformer with some good ideas, like the fun boss fight mechanics that we saw and the decent mission variety. But the game was built to be a comedy vehicle first and foremost, and the comedy is not funny. And perhaps worse, it's offensive in a way that cannot and has not aged well. I'm giving Enter the Gecko a 6. 6 Randars. Keeping the controls as simple as they were was the right call. This game didn't need 18 different ways to jump or hit enemies to be fun. I would have liked to be able to stay in level after collecting red remotes, but the missions weren't 30-minute slogs, so that wasn't the worst aspect of the game. The space-saving cuts were aggressive and very obvious, considering how abrupt the game starts and how sparse the dialogue variety is, as well as how often lines repeat. We've talked about this before. Mario 64 created a gold rush of sorts for developers who wanted a piece of the magic that made that game so timeless. So there was a deluge of 3D platformers that came out in the late 90s. The problem is that many of them aped the formula without any of the nuance, or charm, or care that Nintendo put into their game. Gex is not a likable mascot. He spews obnoxious one-liners that are out of sync with the game action and just aren't funny. The camera, which they clearly based on Mario 64's design, struggles with simple moves like hiding walls that would obscure a shot or changing an angle with a quick cut, which happened all the time in Mario 64. You'd be walking into a room and the camera would just whip over to the other side of the room. Like it wouldn't physically move. It would just be, here's the shot of you walking in the room, and then the camera's on the other side of the room, like in one frame. There was no movement of the camera, it's over there now. Instead, in this game, the camera whips around the character to try to get into position as fast as it can, and it just is disorienting. The music and sound effects were not memorable. They were loud and abrasive in this game. And I didn't even bring up the extreme audio delay of the sound effects in the bad of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that is unforgivable. I manually correct the audio timing for every video using cues in-game when I'm correcting the timing. Basically, I just find something like a jump that has a very noticeable sound that's supposed to play the second the player leaves the ground. And I use that to get the timing correct for the video, so that when it goes up on YouTube, there isn't a noticeable delay because of the time it takes from the video to go from the console to my capture rig to the monitor and all the delays that'll occur as a result of that. It wasn't possible to do audio timing correction here because the music in the background was playing in time and it was correctly timed with the video. It was just the sound effects that were delayed. How does a developer, even a company that's just responsible for the port, like this version, because I think the PS1 was the base game and then all the others were just ports from it, how does a developer let that happen? Where the music is playing in time like it's supposed to, but the sound effects aren't. That's just a base failure by the developer to do the simple work of making your game play the way it's supposed to. And they botched miserably. We are going to look at the other two Gex games for Rental Regrets someday, but I am not in a rush to look at either of them. This game left a bad taste in my mouth, and I am not looking to go back to the franchise with any urgency. 6 Randars, decent platformer, just turn the dialogue off and the audio down to save your ears a little grief. That's going to do it for this episode of Nubs Collection. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.